from where we sit is gorgeous, even if we don't fit inside your little portrait. The big picture is enormous, so we don't even have to fit. We after it, true purpose, yeah, we have to get. We mastered it, reporting it live from Black Pew, discussing politics, the culture, and laughing at you. Cause you don't understand the viewpoint, don't mean you up by a few points. You just ain't hip to these new joints we on. The world says to follow they pitch, we set the tone, then we knock it over the fence. Oh yes, it's gone. Them haters screaming loud from the bench. They get the bat and try to copy technique, but they miss the point that I mentioned earlier. I see that you observing the way I strangle this beat. Oh yeah, I'm a murderer. Enough of me, let's get back to this gorgeous view. I hope that you enjoyed the show.
Black Pew
Welcome
Podcast.
to the Black Pew.
It is another week. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's just a couple of us Super Bowl edition.
We light, but not like light skinned and light on people.
Yeah.
Still
Black
is
black.
Just want to let y'all know. But
Still blacky black, but not.
we are missing the light skinned people.
Mm-hmm. We really are,
But-
All
actually.
three of them too.
All three of the
Because,
light skinned people are not here. You feel me?
Dang.
All three of the light skinned people are
Is
not
that a
here.
coincidence? Like, what happened?
I don't know. It's the Super Bowl, you
No,
know.
it's the Super Bowl. You know, they disappear.
God bless our brethren of all hues.
The
We
fair
appreciate
side
it.
of themselves
Yes,
came out
yes,
today for the
Exactly.
Super
That's
Bowl.
what I'm saying. Acting like the Rams is gonna win or something.
Love y'all.
The Rams
God
are
bless
going to
them.
win. What you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Nah, it's
The-
fake.
Listen. I hope they don't. Just
The
for
Detroit
betting's sake.
The Detroit Rams. The
Gonna be the
Detroit
Bengals.
Rams.
Yeah. The Detroit Rams. Only because they got Matthew Stafford.
Exactly.
That is
Which is why you're gonna
the
lose.
funniest- They
You guys
said this
gonna
is
be like, God damn it happened again.
this is the closest Detroit's ever been.
Like,
It
it
is.
happened again.
It really is the. it's the-
Eminem and Matthew Stafford.
that is-
Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff literally did like a little Dicky Chris Brown body swap. You feel me? And,
Man,
like,
They
if you
talking
really think
about
about
it,
it,
nigga,
if you
nigga.
really think about it, they did a body swap because Jared Goff was in the Super Bowl not too long ago.
Exactly.
Switched and went to Detroit and went to like the worst team again, just like like Stafford was on. And Stafford goes to LA and now he's in the Super Bowl. So it's like a little Dicky like bodies, little big Chris Brown, freaky.
I know,
It's
I
a
feel
freaky
bad.
Sunday thing.
Why you feel
know.
bad?
I feel bad. Like you sitting at home, like, dang, I was on that team 2 years
Like, I
ago.
was on that team.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember that one
I
time
know
when I
when you
was
start
playing for
singing
that
branding.
team?
Oh no!
Remember that
But
one?
I wonder how Detroit fans feel when they look at Matt Stafford and like, damn, he was on our team too.
No, that's why they call
I
him.
think they're
Probably
proud.
sad.
I
That's
think they're
why
low key proud because
they
like
call
everybody
her.
else
Yeah,
from
we-
Detroit, they're like, yeah, that's
No,
us.
we are
Eminem,
proud.
No,
we,
you got-
we are proud.
Yeah, because y'all don't have shit.
We don't have
all y'all have
nothing.
is cars, and y'all barely
Not
have
even
that.
that.
You
Not
feel me?
even
Y'all
that.
barely have
They-
that.
they
They make cars on the outside
Yeah.
of Detroit, like
Yeah.
the outskirts of Detroit.
Yeah.
They're like, we ain't
They
going
have-
Obama tried to help y'all, but
They have the ghost of great things past.
Yeah.
That's what they have.
Yeah.
God bless them.
I was reading something recently.
Pistons suck.
Used to be
Lions
fire.
suck.
Listen, I love Detroit. I think it's a dope.
The
place.
Tigers suck.
It was a black place, but
Tigers was
nah, they
nah,
suck.
chill,
Yeah,
chill.
yeah.
they weren't good.
Y'all got a soccer team?
weren't.
I bet they suck.
it's the hub of all great black things, but it's just like everything's left.
It's
all
well,
good.
It's
it used to be the Paris of America.
It
They
was
used to
really
like back in
that.
its heyday. It used to
Yeah.
be. It was called like the
Yeah,
Paris.
and then
of,
White Castle started giving everybody diarrhea. It was like, we cool.
Chill.
We cool.
White Castle is the
We cool.
worst.
We only went there because Harold and Kumar.
It's an experience.
White Castle.
Yeah, it's an
That's why we
experience.
went.
That's the only reason why we
So
went.
we
was
went to
Harold
Vegas.
and
So we
Kumar.
went to Vegas last summer, and we seen it, and he was like, "Well, I've never been either." Well, let's go ahead
It's an experience.
because he watched.
Yeah.
Hey, we're like, "Oh, let's go."
Yo, stomach was on
Horrible.
on
The
bang.
bread was soggy, and the food
Horrible.
was gross.
That's what it is that the bread is.
I think the ice cream I got had freezer burn on. I was like, "Why are we?"
Yeah.
Why are you getting
You got-
ice cream from Roman?
They're like
How am I supposed to know? I never been.
They're like Dick's mini me's. That's pretty
Yep.
much what
Yep.
they're like Dick's mini
horrible.
me's.
If you're
Like,
from the if you're from the Bronx, we literally we would go and say like, how many can you eat? Can you eat a full suitcase? I think a suitcase is like 30.
suitcase.
Yeah,
disgusting.
I think
Yeah,
a
it's
suitcase
like
28 or
it's the
30.
one. Yeah, I think it's 28.
28. Okay,
It's
yeah.
something, but it's a bunch.
if
Like
I was in Brooklyn, I ain't even eat no White Castle. Give me a beef patty, pimp. I
No,
don't know saying.
we do all that. We do all that. But as far as like White Castle, you don't find that. Out
No, I hear you. I hear you.
So
I hear you.
you feel
It's like almost a commodity when you
and
go
that's what I'm
somewhere
saying.
else.
You don't. you don't even want to eat there, but it's like you kind of have to because it's like an experience.
It's like going in the Midwest and having Dunkin' Donuts. It's
exactly.
It's everywhere. It's like you turn around, Dunkin' Donuts. Turn around, Dunkin' Donuts.
Out here, it's like 7-Eleven. 7-Elevens are West Coast because they used
actually
to.
Right out here is coffee. It's Starbucks.
Starbucks
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Starbucks and I think they don't have Jack in the Crack in
Jack
certain
in the Box
places.
is regional too.
Jack in the but it's not as they shut down some Jack in the Cracks out here.
But I'm saying they don't have them out back certain places. I didn't know because of course we live here. So
right, so no, but no, they don't have them on the East Coast or the South. I think it's just
like In-N-Out.
Well,
what
a lot of people don't know, sometimes some companies own 2 different restaurants, and so it could be some here like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's and stuff like that. So they might have a sister restaurant somewhere else, and then it's just Jack in the Box in a certain region. Something else somewhere else.
What would that be?
Like Rallies and Checkers.
Yeah,
it depends. Like West Coast is.
I would know Rallies.
West Coast is Checkers. East Coast and Midwest is Rallies.
We ain't got nothing.
Either one.
Really?
We ain't got either.
Correct. Well,
yes. When you go back down south, everybody's gorgeous at the
we might
Checkers.
need to take a trip.
Beautiful.
The Burger House.
Yeah, the burger.
That could be the Jack in the Crack. You feel me? I'm just saying it's probably not, but I'm saying the Burger House that'd be a good one.
I feel like I wish they would bring up Waffle House up here.
Hell no.
Yo.
That's the most ratchetest thing ever.
That's the most ratchet.
No, listen. We talking about volume?
We cannot have.
Listen.
We cannot have Denny's, IHOP, and Waffle House.
Okay.
If we did that,
there has to be zoning. There has to be zoning.
Definitely.
If you have a Denny's here, then it has to be at least 2 miles away from the Waffle
House. Because you can't have those crowds mixed. Those crowds ain't supposed to be together.
Well,
at
least give us the waffles. The waffles be good.
$9, you're full.
Like
yes.
Every time I go out of town, I go to Waffle House just because it's like
you're full at Waffle House.
And they have the same.
Waffle House is the McDonald's of the yeah. I mean,
more ratchet.
No, literally, like Waffle House be next door to Waffle House. You'd be like, which one do I eat at?
With the same people. Listen, with the same people. The college student who's working there to pay over his way.
Yeah, you're right next to Waffle
House. Like
he take your order, go next door to the other Waffle House, stay there, and somebody else order. You're like, you work at both Waffle Houses?
I was at one time, and this woman, she had, what did she have? She had plaque psoriasis. And it was on her like arms and stuff, and nothing wrong with, but I was worried that the flakes was gonna get on my waffles, but I was not gonna not eat, so I was just going.
He was like, "Man, them flakes taste good. They melt like butter on the waffle."
I was like,
Waffle House,
just no powdered sugar, you'll be all right.
I was like, please don't move too fast. Like, move slow, so if there's something that come off.
This looks like a bacon waffle.
Listen. The great orator Kev on stage, he definitely talked about that. It's like you're not expecting certain things from Waffle House that you're going to expect from others. So that's what I'm saying. So when you go there, you already know what type of time you're on.
You see a fingernail in your grits, you're like, it's Waffle House.
I spent $7.
You just take the spoon, you flick it out, you say, you know what I'm saying?
You do what you got to do.
Waffle House. What do you expect? You feel me?
Scoop the part of it, and you just like.
So all of us are looking rough there.
You know what I'm saying? I can miss that spoonful.
Yeah, because you can't go. There's really nowhere. I think that's what it is. Like, there's nowhere else. Like, even Denny's, like.
Expensive. Sometimes.
Denny's is a little bit more expensive, so I feel like Waffle House is like that place you could get everything and the kitchen sink, but they might be missing the kitchen sink.
Yeah, and they definitely missing the kitchen sink.
Yeah,
and a griddle.
Yeah. But they be with that one waffle iron in the back. They be whipping
it up.
I feel like I'm in somebody's auntie's house when I'm there. Like I feel like every time I go there, you feel welcome. So it's like, there might be that little like lack of hygiene here or there.
And they all got the little mama's house uniform on. It's like.
So I found out. So I'm in Dallas. I go to Waffle House, and I'm asking about. So I guess during that time, it was like. Because we were by, I forgot what the highway was, but she had said one of the people had passed away that was kind of keeping everything corporate. So I think there is a possibility of them actually being able to branch off and do something. So I told my people, I said, yo, once I get enough bread, I would love for us to come together and see if they're now franchising. Because I feel like in the next year or two, we're going to probably see a Waffle House up here.
Oh, yeah. Man, if we see a Waffle House up here.
It would be different.
A Waffle House or a Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel
I don't know nothing. I ain't never been to a Cracker Barrel, but I can.
They're good, but Waffle House is different.
They're cool.
Well, there's different levels. Yeah, it's like Cracker Barrel is like.
They got a Cracker Barrel in Portland.
That's too far.
Yeah, they got. But I'm saying it's like it's close to that. But there's literally no
You want to tell you one thing
Waffle House.
You want to tell you one thing I do hate about living here is that they show you the commercials for everything that is not here.
No.
Not here.
Oh yeah, that's in Marysville.
I be hating.
What?
I be hating. I be like, what the hell? Why would you show me that commercial? I want it now, and you don't even have
What's a
it.
Chili's? What's a Chili's? What you got that up here? Why does commercials keep running?
CC's Pizza. What you
Where's
giving
that?
CC's Pizza for?
I still don't know where CC's Pizza is.
It's down south. It's all you can eat pizza joint.
Yeah, it's
down
all you can
south.
pizza.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but where is one out though?
But what
probably
state though?
probably like Ocean Shores or
Oh,
Longview
they're probably
or something like that. You feel me? Like what?
in Aberdeen.
Yeah, like what are you showing? I live in Seattle. What
Yo,
you know, I'm gonna drop and go see people.
It's got to be a West Coast. Like it's got to be a. We're gonna show these ads in the Pacific Northwest. So everything that's close. So I bet you Idaho gets a lot of our commercials too. I'm like, oh, you're near.
I be feeling like they're trying to branch out.
Yeah.
And so they be showing.
There might be some
because
kind
if
of
you
thing,
think about it, think about this. Like Sonics. Before Sonics came, we were getting hella Sonics commercials.
That is true.
Hella Sonics commercials. And you're like, what? I'm not about to drive all the way out to Marysville to go to the Sonics or whatever.
Why is it always out there? Like,
it's always in Marysville.
What's
There ain't nothing else in Marysville but all these restaurants that nobody ate.
There's a Waffle House out there, In-N-Out Burger, Whataburger.
It's just in the corner. It's just in the corner.
Fat burgers out there.
Because over there, there's a
Cookout.
There's a was an outlet mall. There's a casino. There's all that stuff. So they probably was like, hey, let's just slip this Sonic, because there's actually a Carl's Jr.'s.
They're renting. They're in Kent.
That's true.
They're like
it took a
Sonics
couple years,
popping
though.
up now.
Kind of like a, it was like a thing.
So I think what they try to do is test the market with the commercials and see if we'll hop on, and then they bring it. Because if you look at it, that's pretty much.
Well, if you hear this podcast, Waffle House, do what you got to do.
A sponsorship.
I would put one out here.
Yeah,
I would put one out here. I would put one.
You could put 3 out here; they would all be jumping.
They would all be. They would all be.
Check this out. We need somewhere to buy our bootleg weed.
Cookout. Yeah, Cookout would be another
find
place.
Somewhere somebody who could twist your dreads. You feel me? Braid your hair.
Ask Cookout and Waffle House.
I've heard of the cook. I just heard of the Cookout last week.
Cheaper than Waffle House.
Really?
What?
Cheaper than Waffle House.
It's just as good. Is the question.
Do you care about good when something that cheap?
I mean,
I really don't.
You don't.
Usually, hold on, because usually if you think about it, nobody's like, there's only 2 times you're going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
One is either you're hella wasted at the middle of the night and you need something to eat because you don't care about what we eat. Hot dogs on the corner.
Yeah.
And then you either hung over the night after you went out and you need something to eat. You going to Waffle House. Mm-hmm. Nobody in the middle of the day says, you know what? Let's go to Waffle House.
No, unless you're not from there, like me. If I'll go in the morning because I'm like, I never get to come here.
Exactly.
So I'll go. But as far as like,
if you're from there, you don't eat at the Waffle House.
No decent person is going to Waffle House in the middle of the day.
No,
they're not.
I went and visited my sister. We went to Waffle House too. It was packed, but there was nobody was from there. There was
everybody was from.
I was like, does these people live around here? Why so packed?
She was like, at 2 a.m.
She was like, nah. She was like, ain't none of these people regular. Like the regulars don't come in until way later, or they don't come in until a different time.
Because to them, it's like an after-hour spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like a Denny's.
Yeah.
But way more cracking.
Way more cracking.
Because the people who work there ain't assholes, and they ain't all up in your business and shit like that. They're trying to get it cracking with you.
Exactly.
You might
take a puff.
Yeah, out there smoking weed with you. You're probably smoking crack and shooting up and heroin and all that type of stuff. You feel me? People are braiding. Yeah, people are babysitting and braiding hair in the corner. Babysitting. Waffle House.
Hear this Waffle House. We're ready for you guys. However many franchises you want to do.
For everything else.
Basically.
Cookout. One-stop shop.
Cookout. Holler at me. We can do some things.
I'll eat there.
Me too. I definitely am going to eat there. It's like $6. You get a meal. You're good.
But I mean, you technically gonna own it, so you're gonna get free meals.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll be coming through like, hey, Shauna.
But I'll support, though. You
it's
feel
your
me?
honor.
You know, if I get like, buy 5 and get 1 free or something, you know.
Always that. Oh, man. Oh, you got me. Now I got to go take a trip. This is crazy.
So, our first topic is we talking about the N-word or nigger, nigga, niet.
You got nigglets too.
Nigglets. I see nigglets a lot.
Little kids.
To myself, I'd be like, get out the way. But no, but it's been so, like Black History Month is always a time people want to show out and they want to show that they can say, they think they can say this word. Is it, do you think it's, 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 is it, do are we supposed to be the nigga police almost, if we want to say that's one of, like, or is it kind of like something that we should just kind of step over? Like, I don't know if you ever seen the scene where Iverson steps over Tyronn Lue and keeps playing basketball. Like, should we walk over like the situation, or should we like stop, or like, because like my aunt, she literally was like, I had a parent, I had to suspend the kid for saying it, talking about another kid, and then the parent comes in talking about, you shouldn't have suspended my kid. They're half brothers who are half black say it to them, so they feel like they can say it, and they call him a brown nigga or Indian nigga. So that you shouldn't have suspended him for that, and you should know. And it's like,
that is such a bad parenting.
It is,
because that's a lack of teaching. Like, because now we have to not even just teach your home versus my home, your home versus school, but also now teaching the origin. Like, if you're going to allow your kids to say it in your home, that's your business. But now you need to express this is what it means. And this is how some people are going to take it. And you probably shouldn't say that at school. There are lots of things that we do in my home that you shouldn't do. My child, she's very sarcastic. And we have all kind of conversations in my house. But she also knows that once you go outside and you're talking to teachers, that they might not understand your sarcasm. Don't be deemed disrespectful because you're choosing to do sarcasm. Mm-hmm. So she's learned code switching, basically. Mm-hmm. And so you got to now teach your kids. It's like, you just don't say certain things in front of certain people, because it's not for everybody. On top of the fact that some black people don't even like their kids saying it either, like themselves saying it. So yes, we permit it here, but understand that not even just white people shouldn't say it, but some black people even don't say it. And so it's not fair for you to now force this and to say this. And so now that's a teaching thing. And I mean, I don't know. It's like, we got to do better with our kids. It's talk to them, teach them stuff they can understand. It's like when we had the sex talk, I told Avery, this is something I'm teaching you. Now do not go out to school and now talk to all the other little kids. To all the other
yeah, I just imagine her with the whiteboard. So yo, it's right here, and that right there, that's a spot. That's a G spot.
Talking about
crazy.
Right. The one thing I don't need is a parent calling me talking about, well, your kid told them this and I wasn't ready for that conversation, just because we were ready for that conversation. Yeah. So that's a parenting thing. Like, you got to talk to your kids. I mean, in that situation, not in general, but with that situation.
So I agree with policing, but it's within context.
Right.
Like, policing is good just so that people understand and realize. Just like the young lady, she said the suspension for the.
Go ahead.
Did you get that last part though?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was making sure. I was like, I have to run it back. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I do believe in policing. I think, like I said, especially in public context, I think there needs to be boundaries with people. I think that's the biggest reason why we have issues today, is just the lack of boundaries with everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and things get convoluted and reality gets missed when you don't have boundaries.
Yeah.
Right. So. And contexts are not, like, I feel like I've never really watched any of his shows. I've seen clips, when you scroll through Instagram, you see different clips of different trending topics or whatever. But like I said, contexts are not, I'm still just like, it's a respect thing. Quit doing things for shock value. You know what I mean? It's like, at this point, I'm just like, you did it for shock value. And the fact that he's been doing it for so long.
I don't think it's shock value. I don't really think it's. Yeah. My strong opinion is, I just think that we should stop saying the word altogether. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because you don't really hear other cultures using the negative racial undertones to share amongst each other, to uplift each other. We're the only ones that do that. And it might seem cool, it might seem empowering, but it's like, if I could relate to anything, the way I learned how to swim is I didn't go into any swimming classes. Nobody ever taught me how to swim. I literally got tired of watching all the kids having fun in the pool, so I taught myself to swim. Yeah, and it's the same thing with the N-word with everybody else, because what we did is we took it and they see us having fun with it. They see us enjoying it. They see us, empowering ourselves with it. So, of course, people from the outside are going to be like, I want to be a part of that too, And so I think in order for us to say, that's a no-no, we have to also show the example that it's not acceptable even amongst our own. Because if we make it acceptable amongst our own, we're always going to have the fight of people saying, why can't we say it? And yeah, there's history of saying there's a reason why you shouldn't be able to say it. But every time we put a stamp of approval on the word, we got people looking at us saying it should be okay for other people to say. It should be okay for other people to join in. And I don't believe that that's right. But at the same time, I mean,
people for you.
Yeah.
Well, true story. Especially since they watch us for trends and everything anyways.
Yeah.
If we deem it cool, all of a sudden it's cool.
Of course.
Instead, 3-4 years ago, Crocs aren't in.
Yeah.
Now look, we all in them.
Yeah.
Dancing, sliding, and everything. Jewelry and everything else. But don't just because we said true story. And if we're setting trends and everywhere else, why wouldn't this be the thing to do? Because y'all are doing it and have made it okay.
And though I agree, when you're dealing with the people who are broken and dealt with so much and have literally nothing, like that's the reason why even hip hop became a thing. It's literally, they have a documentary called Something from Nothing. Is because that's all we had was what we can do with nothing.
Of course.
And so I 100% agree with you, because for instance, like I don't curse, but I see other people curse. I have no problem with that. It's just the way I choose not to talk, but I appreciate their ability to be able to use and have the freedom and express yourself. And so I do think that there definitely should be boundaries, because what's funny is that there aren't boundaries. There are boundaries for other people, but they got to set those. Mm-hmm. When you have Asian people, they don't get shot in the middle of the street like that. Right. We get shot in the street because we don't have anything. White people, they don't experience the things that we experience because we have African Americans have a very unique experience here. So anything that can allow them to be free and liberated and that kind of stuff, I want y'all to be able to keep that. And that's kind of how I feel.
But I think everybody else avoids toxic behavior, toxic cultural traditions and things like that. We're the only culture that embraces toxicity, and then we push it on generations. I'll say it like this. Look at, you brought up hip hop, and we look at how it's transformed and how music has became and what some people deem as hip hop now. And we could be riding around listening to a 2 Chainz or whatever. When our kids see us nodding our hands to I got that Krizak or whatever it be, like we may be dancing to it, but they hear the lyrics. When we're doing this, we're saying okay to that. We're giving our step of approval, and we see it in the lifestyles of our young kids. So when
we don't even own that though.
But we don't. But we don't. But when we put our stamp of approval on it, it trickles down.
Oh, of course.
And so what I'm talking about, when you look at a word like that, yes, it came from a toxic behavior. It came from a toxic tradition, and we tried to embrace it. And as we embraced it and put our stamp of approval on it, other people, regardless on if they feel like they should be in or not, go with it because of what we made it into. And that could be toxic in itself, because just like you said, you're dealing with a broken people, which means that whatever we do going forward always is not the best thing for us. Just because we like it doesn't mean that's the best thing for us.
Oh, no.
And so what I'm saying is we've embraced something that somebody used to try to break us down, and that's how they're still breaking us down. Because we're talking about it right now, it's always a discussion. It shouldn't even be a discussion. Using cracker or chink or web, you don't hear those words on a normal basis like that. For the simple fact, people already understand the no-nos of that, because those cultures do not use it as something to embrace. Because we embrace the toxic tradition, yes, they feel like we should be able to jump in on that too. And so I feel like that's why we should abolish it.
No, like I said, I can agree with the thought process behind it, but the only thing I think sometimes we miss in a situation is that the situation is so unique in the sense of that. I was talking with somebody yesterday about that. They were like, yo, why do other people go? And I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'll just briefly say this and we can go on to the next topic. They said, why do sometimes other black men will migrate to other races? Though we love our black women and that kind of stuff, the statistics show it. And I explained to somebody, I said, well, other races have actually seen positive male and female interactions in their own home. Mm-hmm. So therefore, because they abide generally in health, they don't have the experience that we have. The reason why we have 3/4 of all parents are single parents is because we had the experience where literally everything that's been done literally through legislation has been that. So we have a very unique experience. So when I'm saying let's say I say nigga, or if someone else is saying that, I understand context. We as everybody understand context. So as long as we're teaching, and I understand what you're saying about this, but then at the same point, it's like we don't even own hip hop. Mm-hmm. We don't own anything. We don't own nothing but we don't produce anything but sweat, as Claude Anderson said. So when you have nothing, I don't want to even take that what you've had, and you're not even making it negative. It's other people who keep on trying to impose upon that. So my only thing, that's the reason I even say policing, is that when you're dealing with people who have nothing, I don't want to take any of your expression away as long as it's not negative. Like when people are doing all this op stuff and trap music and all that kind of stuff, you could take, because that's negative. But when I go and I see my friend, I'm like, yo, and I say stuff, oh, what's up, nigga, all that kind of stuff. My son, I make sure that he understands, like, no, we don't say this word, but when people use it around, it's not something as far as that you say here. But in these contexts, it could have been said. It's not negative in this context. Mm-hmm. It's here. And my son, he understands that, because I think intrinsically people understand that. I don't want to take expression away from a people who have nothing, literally nothing. We don't even own the thing that we made.
But it's a contrasting words, because even though you can say it in celebration, we use it in hate. We use it in all nigga. We use it in hate. We use it in. We use all words in hate. We use it in confrontation. So what I'm saying is, what you deem as beautiful is sometimes the word that we use before we take the life of one another. It's sometimes the word we use when we violate each other. Regardless on what you celebrate is, we use it for toxic. We use it for the same toxicity that was impaired on us when we got it. All we did was change the influx of it from ER to a GA, and that's it. And so what I'm saying is we're embracing something that has never helped us grow. Actually, if anything, it's the one thing that's kept us in our place, because like you said, that's the only thing that we have. So we've held on to something that's toxic that has never pushed us forward. This word right now has been circulated for so long, and yet all these other racial slurs we do not have this conversation about.
Yeah, because
it's because of us.
That is true, because like if somebody says jigaboo, everybody would be like, right. Or if you said there's a lot of other stuff that was used. Yeah. I'll call somebody a darky, but and then people are like, whoa. Right. But if I said nigga, they'd be like, oh, okay.
Because and I started saying, because context change. So like I said, I agree in a sense of, but like, I will never look down on somebody for using that, seeing the cases that when you take away, I used to get in the conversations with people, I was like, if you take away that one thing that even people have, I'm not saying, what do you have? You literally have nothing. We already have identity issues. Yeah. Right. So culturally, it's like, I will never hate on a person who says that, because I know from a mentality standpoint, we had to create our culture. I'm not Chinese. I don't have a homeland. I don't have the Ming Dynasty in history that I can go point back to. The only thing I know, and even the things that are shown to me, are the gods of Egypt, and I see Christian Bale and all that kind of. It's like, I'm like, or whoever the people were in there. It's like, we don't even know those things. So it's like, we've created a culture, Waffle House, where all the things we're joking about are the culture we created here.
And I'm not, and so I agree with that, because I don't believe on hating. I don't believe on hating on somebody because they use the word.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe on looking down on somebody.
I agree with you in that capacity.
Like, you're just saying we should probably phase it out.
We should. No. You're right. But then it's like, when we do something, we always have to make sure that we are doing other things, because you can't leave a void. A void is always going to be.
You're right. You're right, and you're right in that sense, because we have nothing to replace it with. We should be moving to do things so that as we're getting rid of that, there's something for us to fall back on.
And we've been using king, we've been using queen, all that other kind of stuff. But as far as that,
it's getting really played, by the way.
It is getting played. Yo,
don't call me king. Just call me king.
I ain't gonna talk with him. I put my Mac down and stuff and do work. You feel me? But it is getting played though. It is getting played. I ain't gonna lie. Even myself, when I be saying it, I be like, man,
it don't even hit right. That's why I'm saying we have to constantly.
We don't even say good morning no more. Like Grand Rising. You feel me?
Like don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen. The Grand Rising, the Grand Rising Queen. Yeah, bro. Okay, can I say this? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The Grand Rising Queen is getting so played that it doesn't even stand alone.
It don't even hit no more, you guys.
So
I said it a couple times. I stopped. I was just like, you know what? Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, yeah. And so my cousin said a man hit her with the Grand Rising Queen. And of course, women, they stay on something a little longer. Yeah. It's like Grand Rising Queen. She's like, oh, cool. She was about to hit a reply, got hit with a dick pic. Grand Rising don't even stand for nothing. It don't stand for nothing anymore. Look, you got a dick pic right
after?
That's what I'm saying. We got to constantly
the Grand Rising.
Exactly.
He said, good morning, Queen. Grand Rising.
Good morning.
You didn't know I was a rapper.
It's not even the Grand Rising. Grand Rising.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even get to reply, yo, thanks, King. I was like, yo. And I was like, yo. So you're right. We do definitely have to add good culture behind as we replace things. But it's like I said, always constantly reminding, like I said, we don't have a lot. So.
Last question before we move on.
Either.
Yeah?
We don't have the tools either.
Sure. Yeah, we got to create those tools. Exactly.
Did you guys hear it growing up in your house?
Hell yeah. So my dad was like one of those. He was a code switcher. You feel me? Because my dad worked for Bayer. Well, he worked for Bayer, so he's always had to put on his white man voice. And I remember the first time I heard him say it because it caught me off guard because my dad from West Oakland, he from the Acorn, so I know he grew up saying that shit all the time. But I remember the first time I heard him say it, I thought I didn't know I didn't think he said it. Like that's just how bad it was. It was like how odd it was. It was like I heard him and he was like. He must say like nigga please, and he was like on the phone, and I was like, did he just say? And I was looking around, I was like, who just said that? And it was him, and I was just like, bro, he is wild. And then that was the first time where it was just like, because he told us, he was just like, my dad actually was hardcore with it. He told us he raised me not to even let nobody say it to me. He said, white person say it to you, you knock their ass out. That's what he used to tell me. You knock them straight out, and then you step over them like Iverson did Tyrone Lue. and so that's how I was raised. I have a little bit more mercy for it, because I don't, where I'm at, where I believe where we're at right now, sometimes you can't blame people for what they don't know. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are raised to believe, even though they know that there's a word of hate, they don't even know why they're using it for hate. Right. And so I've had people call me a effing monkey. It kind of it's hilarious to me. I think it's funny. If you don't touch me, then you can just say whatever you want to. And so I've gotten to that point to where it doesn't anger me. But then I realize that a lot of people don't even know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. But that's another reason why I think we shouldn't be able to use it. We shouldn't, I wouldn't say be able to use it, but we shouldn't use it because we don't have the time to be educating all these people on why they shouldn't be saying it. Yeah. What we should be saying is, no, it's not acceptable. We don't even say it. And you get your ass whooped if you say it. Put it that way. And so that's how we should be handling it.
That's the best. Is because and I've heard, well, if you guys do, well, what's that got to do? Like, why is that your justification?
Which is why I was saying about the policing. Until it gets, it's kind of like you doing heroin. You don't do cold turkey heroin because like what you do is you go on methadone. You wean off depending on how heavy it is, because what'll happen is like literally, dang, I have nothing. Like I know people to this day or whatever like that. If they didn't have the suffering to refer to as part of their identity as being black, they wouldn't be black. Right. It's literally sad. I tell people all the time,
that's part of our culture. The suffering. Yeah,
but I'm saying it's like, but that, like you say, the N word. It's like, for that to be what your life is based on, that somebody else gives me, when people are always like white supremacy, everything is like. When your identity is created by another person, that's worse to me than saying the N-word, because N-word is just part of lexicon, is that these people and your suffering, that's all we have is slave movies.
Well, right? Can I just ask before we go, what do you feel about the word black then? Because that's the title that was given to you by...
No, it's true. I agree, but at the same time, if I'm dealing with the everyday average person regarding this kind of stuff, it's like, you're not going to stop your everyday. So when you say black, I understand that this is something that we collectively, that's why I'm not so hard on the N-word, is because it's like, this is part of what we call each other, and we've used it. We've changed it. That's how why are we all the best rappers? Because we understand how to use words in context, change them around, and be able to like talk about real things. I remember Pusha T one time, he said,
or you just throw the nigga at it in the line.
I mean, you can, but we already know who that is versus who the real who the real orders or who the real griots are. So like I said, so that's kind of why it's like, I remember Pusha T said, he says, what I sell for pain in the hood, I'm a doctor. We know how to be able to use things in context where he's like, yo, we're always talking about this dope thing, but I know this dope thing that I did was something I did.
They got that from the Hope Dealers movement.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I know that what I did wasn't optimal, but given what was happening, this is what I did. I know now better. Cool. Go forward, whatever like that. I understand the context. So we as black people are good at understanding context, which is why, like I said, we should be going away, but we have to have something to substitute. and go. We have to have something to look forward to and grow into.
Yeah, which is I totally get. I totally agree. Yeah. But I also agree with you. It's like we should phase 100% out of it. You know, but
it'd be better for a culture.
It would be better, actually.
Overall, as a culture.
Next, we'll be walking around calling each other Israelites.
Yo, we're already doing that. Yo.
And that, let me tell you, play, just like the other one.
Exactly. It's going to get that. You don't even know the history. Like, yo.
We the original first people, son.
Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Come on.
Did you do your 23andMe? Is that where you got that from? Your 23andMe? That told you that? Okay.
Don't even get me into 23andMe with that one. Oh, my gosh.
To this next topic, I don't know if you guys saw the video, Dave Chappelle.
I did.
He was talking to.
I don't think we got full context. So I don't really.
No,
I know the context. That's why I was going to say.
Well, yeah, that's it. I read the story. Like I read a couple people's what they said underneath, and a couple people who were there. They was like when you first watch the video, he looks like a Karen. But when you...
Because they only gave you that clip.
They only gave you that clip.
If you do this, you guys are idiots, and I'm pulling my business's interests out of here. Like, okay.
It doesn't... It makes him look... It does make him look like an asshole. Make him look like a Karen. And I think the part of it I wanted to get into is like, if you look at what was actually in the deal and probably why they were upset, there was more parts to it that like... Definitely. The affordable housing... was going to be like 2 acres of the like 55 acres.
The term wasn't even used.
Yeah, exactly.
In the whole context, and that was the thing where it's like we live in such a clique society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'll let you continue.
It got him. It got clicks because of Dave Chappelle and the video, and it looked bad. And I'm like,
well, and so we can't. Because of all the heat he's been taking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Any
negative headline is automatically on your clicks.
Definitely, right. It's like a car in an accident. Definitely. Whatever else it spins and hits, it's gonna be. And everybody's gonna stop and look. Yep. And what I wanted to get to was like, are we like, because he could throw his weight around, but do we let more of these like people who have more money dictate what gets put where? And not saying that he's the linchpin or he's the boss of this project or anybody's this, but I'm saying like, do we let the rich and the people who have influence, should we be letting them should we be letting them influence deals about where people are staying, where people aren't staying, or should we just say, hey, the city says, hey, we can build houses here, because I feel like,
well, they said he had $65 million in business interest there. So I mean,
I think that's what a lot of it is it's like a lot of times
it was
there's a lot of money and it's put up by one company and there's a front to the company and he's the front of the company. Yeah. Or if it's so and so such and such, like, oh, we're gonna put $1 billion into this region, and then this I feel like a lot of times they're at the mercy of the dollars and who's in charge of the dollars. Like the city councils are they're like, hey, we want to keep our jobs and we want to keep the cities afloat.
Okay, but if I'm a major investor, right, and I have business interests in there, and I feel like you're gonna do something that affects my profits or affects my businesses or anything like that, I have all the right in the world to say, if I want to do business here, if I want to have business ventures here or not, like that's him controlling his own capital. And so that's the problem with the negative backlash is that place can do a whole lot better with him than without him. So it's not like he's just a resident of the place going against whatever the city council wants to do. He's actually an investor in the place that's saying, if you guys are going this direction, I don't want to invest here. And he has all the right to do that, regardless on affordable housing, regardless on whatever the topic may be. They can say we building a Never Never Land for kids or whatever. Oh, you know, probably not the best thing to say, but you know, still, if he's not for it, he can say, I don't want that, and you're good to do what you want to do, just not with my money.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm gathering my thoughts.
So with this, and this is the biggest pet peeve of mine, bigger than a pet peeve. It's like something that I actively fight against is just the lack of, if you don't have money, you can still participate. I remember when everybody always campaigns when it's change the vote and all this other kind of stuff. It's like you realize that the direct one-to-one power between your vote, your advocacy, and all that kind of stuff only happens at the local level.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like president, everybody's like, oh, who you vote for, all that kind of stuff. I said, there's 538 people who vote for president. You don't vote for president.
Yeah, you worry about the wrong
but
thing.
You know who you do vote for? Your senators, your House of
mayors,
Representatives, your city council, your aldermen, your judge, your prosecutor, the man who's going to put your black behind in jail. You vote for him a lot of times. So it's like when you get into these situations, like for instance, I actually saw the proposals and stuff like that. There was no affordable housing. So I don't like people, first of all, jumping to conclusions. Even when it came to the Joe Rogan situation, it was like, okay, well, if you guys saw the context of what was happening, you would understand that it's not just a jump thing. But back to this one is like, there's 3,700 and some odd people in this place. There were 2 proposals put up there. One of them actually was like, this was an old dumping ground. So they made another proposal. It only had 20 houses. No affordable was anywhere near anything regarding either of the proposals. They didn't even use that term for that very reason. But people will get mad, like, oh man, I'm mad that this happened. But I'm like, but you didn't participate. And it's very simple. November come around, get on the boom, read a little bit. You know all Cardi B's lyrics, you know all Meg Thee Stallion's lyrics, you know all the other kind of things. You could literally just go and sit down like, yo, I want to educate myself on something. Go to a little school, go to a little city council meeting. It takes literally none of your time to participate in a very big way.
That is a fair point. That is a super fair point. That's a super fair. I've never thought about it like that. I can learn lyrics all day.
I can play devil's advocate to that all day though, because if you really think about it, we've been teaching people to memorize lyrics all day. We haven't taught them to go over proposals and do all that type of stuff. We've taught our kids that you either be sports, you become an artist, you do something like that. We haven't taught them. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like for generations, we haven't taught people to go to the city hall and look over proposals or go to their home. Like those people are no, but that's what I'm trying to say. That's that's a generational thing. Right. So if there's few and far people in between that say I want to get involved that are a part of us, but we're not teaching that because we're so far behind. A lot of us are not even focused on that. We're just focused on the right now, and so to that I say. As for every one person that may look at that proposal, because if you looked at that area, and most white people live there anyway. But if you looked at, he was the only black person there. So I'm saying is, you're not going to go to a town hall meeting and see a plethora of black people because we don't know when they are because we're not that involved. You know, we're not taught that way.
But now that we're getting into this generation of information. Okay. Now it's time to start. And that's what he's saying. It's like, no, yes, but now it's time to start. So then when the proposals and stuff do come up, we're not so quick to click the clickbait. You know what I mean? Like because now it's like, okay, now we're all upset at this man because nobody wanted to read the proposal or even read the article. Forget the proposal.
Yeah, just see the context. That's all.
You just read the headline. So now you're mad and we're all bashing this man when y'all didn't even read. Listen, forget the proposal. Y'all didn't even really read the article that was there attached to the Facebook post. Yeah. And so now everybody's lit because of this headline.
In this generation. We can't even use that excuse anymore. In past generations, the same nigga, you remember how I said the nigga conversation? Exactly. The same thing.
But it's just as much good information as there is bad information.
No. But if we teach, this is the thing. If we teach this, I teach my son. I don't know if you have children or not. But so you teach your children how to conduct themselves. You're responsible for that person. Let's say if I have someone a part of my church or whatever, part of your community. I don't have to teach you a lot. I just have to teach you how to go and process information because information is the big thing now, right? So when you go out there, I don't like what's happening there. Why is this park so raggedy? You teach that information. There have been more LLCs filed than any time before. Why?
Twitter LLC.
Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of. Why? Because now people actually know it's like, yo, I got taxed crazy for driving Uber Eats. If I just would have had an LLC or if I would have had some other kind of entity to be able to receive my money through, I could have done S Corp stuff. So we're now in the age of information and we actually see the change that's actually been happening. They've had the great resignation. We actually see the change. So in this generation, there should never be a reason why something happens at any level city-wise. Now, if you're talking about the 90s or you're talking about, cool, but all day. But as far as now, it can't.
Okay, but see, what you're failing to realize is that Like, my father taught me nothing about any of this.
My dad didn't either.
No,
100%.
But no, so what I'm saying is my father taught me nothing about any of this. So it's not conditioned in my day-to-day to even think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, so my whole thing is we could come up with solutions all the day, but reality is right now that people don't even have the mental tools to even do that. You say that, and that's foreign language to 80% of the black people.
LLCs were foreign language until 2 years ago.
And so was credit repair. Right. And so what I'm
but
trying to say, what I'm saying is people are trying to people are catching on when you're teaching them, not just saying this is what we should do.
Oh no, of course, no. This thing, I 100% agree with you, but it's like
that's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But now we've seen change positively happen on the business aspect. You don't do business without politics. Right. That's the thing that's happening now, and that's why I'm saying is that going forward, as we've been teaching people about business and as we've been teaching people about politics, which is why I have this.
But we talk down teach. We don't really.
We
talk down teach, and that's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people don't grasp on, because people feel like since you don't have this knowledge, you far behind or you stupid.
A lot of us do that.
Black people
but this thing, but the LLC thing happened because they started saying, "Yo, do this. It's gonna be a better look for you because you ain't gonna have to borrow Keisha's kids to go and put on your thing to be able to get your tax return if you do it this way." Definitely. And so, as we continue to educate, because there's only two things you need to be educated on, to be 100% honest: business and politics as it comes to this world, because everything comes down to capital. Everything comes down to business here. As far as community and that kind of stuff, we're going to have to just grow and have enough means to be able to be around each other. Because like you said, if I'm constantly worried about paying this bill and everything else like that, then I can't learn, which is why the LLC thing was like, you can have more, and then maybe we can have time and the money to do the things that are beautiful, to travel, to do those kind of things.
I think we had this conversation.
Well, we did, but so what do you do about the person who goes to work all day? And I always bring this up because we have these conversations, but the reality is you talked about, the single parent home. Yeah. And so you think about that, and how many people we know that devote their whole days just to surviving a day and making sure their family survive a day. It's hard to teach those people how to be involved. They don't have the time or wherewithal mentally or physically to be involved.
Remember we had this conversation with Kendra.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how
the school district,
because her and Sharp were on the same side of the argument that people should be going to the like I said, going to the town halls, but they should also be going to the parent teacher conferences or the parent teacher meetings and to the school board meetings. And it's like, yes, but at the same time, what he's saying is like, there's if I'm working 40, 50 hours and I have to go get
and
the
waking kids up and making dinner and
sometimes there's just not enough time to participate in some of these arenas. And I think, and even though that's what happens, I get what you're saying too. It's like, we have to start
making the time.
Making the priority.
All right, but this is what happened.
Can I say this?
Yeah, okay. You do need the time.
Okay, can I make a point?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Raheem, I'm just using Raheem just because his name's so Raheem gets in trouble at school. You're at every single. Here we go. Hey, that's wild. So, of course, I was like, yeah, I should so he gets in trouble. Guess where you have to be? You have to be at the ISS appointments. You have to be at every single one of those things after that, because you know that after this, he's going to prison within 2 or 3 years. You end up having to spend more time. Bail bondsman, anything else like that. You spend the time. When do you spend the time? Do you spend it before or do you spend it after? So going back to our education.
Most of us spend it after.
Huh?
Most of us spend it after.
So but what's the saying say? If you don't have time to do it right the first time, then you must have time to do it again. And that's kind of the thing. What you're saying is basically either you do it. Kind of try to have to force the time now, or be prepared to do it on the latter end.
The inflation rate is over 7.5% right now, month over month. Yeah. She said, "Who are you telling?" Okay. Yeah. So with that being the case, we're getting to the place where you can't even afford to be ignorant. Yeah. I tell my mom, says like, "Yo, Cameron, why do you know all this stuff?" I said, I can't be broke and dumb. Nope. I can't. I literally can't. I will be on the streets. What is the average 2-bedroom is like going for $1,700 or $1,800 right now? Yeah,
don't want to talk about it. It was like it's too much.
Okay, so you're saying that as far as that,
move to Cali.
You have to go to Lancaster. You have to go to like somewhere that there ain't nothing but tumbleweeds or whatever like that and sorrow. Yeah. That's all. So
move to Montana.
Exactly. And even there, it's like
even
they're like, luxury condos.
Even there is going up.
So that's why I'm saying like we come to a nexus point, and us as Black people, we're always the guinea pigs because it happens to everybody else. It just takes. We just have less of a margin to survive on.
No, we're more everyone for themselves type of community.
Yeah, but it's like, but we also have the least wealth.
Right.
But that's true. But that's because we're everybody for themselves community, so we don't understand group economics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
if you go to
we're saying,
you go to the African community, you go to the Chinese community.
Yeah.
See, what we don't have is we don't have intercessors for these things.
We don't.
So what you're talking about is, everybody may not have the time because guess what? Everybody in their culture don't have the time to do it, but they do have people who stand in the gap for those people, who get the information, who teach,
100%
who educate, who do all those things because they know these people don't have the time. So they stand in the gap for those people. We don't have that.
So what's happening right now, and what's happening right now, I'll let you continue going, but what's happening right now is that things are so tight that people are realizing, and my friend can attest to this, people are like, I gotta work with this dude. I gotta work with this chick. I have to watch this kid because she can't make it back home from work in time to go do that. This poverty and this squeezing, this economic situation is causing us to have to be a community. This is the thing I love about this, to be honest. One thing with this whole coronavirus and all this other kind of stuff that's been happening, or am I allowed to say that?
No, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Okay.
What, coronavirus?
Yeah, because when you say it, sometimes they like,
oh, no, you're
oh, yeah, they'll be like, coronavirus, fact check.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. So that has happened, and now it's causing us, in a very weird way, to have to work together because the homelessness rate, I don't know if y'all see around here, it's getting crazy because some people are living in their cars. They're not even bad. Like, I got to go to Big Lots in the morning to go work because it's gotten so tight. So the intercessors are having to come together, not because they wanted to or they're just great people or they have culture. We just got to because of like my grandson's going to be on the street if I don't do this.
Right.
Or the Becca bill's going to come hit me. So it's happening now. The information I would wish the information we could just put it there, like I said, not be preachy, but say, just like the whole LLC thing coming, people are doing taxes better. People are doing a lot of things better, but I hope we start understanding, realizing that community is a necessity. It's not something that we could just have. Definitely. It's not a luxury.
Right. Definitely. But we're so used to shitting on each other. Like, I want to show you my J's are better than yours, and my car's nicer than yours, and my jewelry's flyer than yours. It's not about teaching each other. It's not
than yours. That's over it.
For real.
True story. Because
colorism is a thing.
It's a real thing with us.
Yeah. We don't teach each other how to gain wealth. We compete in the race for wealth.
Soon we ain't even gonna be able to do that because guess what? You're gonna be in the pawn shop with not you, but it's like you'll be in the pawn shop. Exactly. I gotta pay the cell phone bill. This is what I'm talking. Yo. Right now, like I got this gold chain, or like, you're gonna be at the pawn shop, or whatever like that. It's like no, this ain't gold filled. This is the real thing.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Lick right now on some real stuff. Yeah. Groupon. Buy gold on Groupon right now because if anything, that's stupid cheap. It's stupid cheap. No, for real. Right. Stupid cheap right now.
Inflation's going up.
Super investment because you get it right now. Like they're selling like $8,000. They're selling like $8,000 necklaces and stuff like that for like $500, $1,000. Like for real.
Why? Because the gold's so low?
No, it's Groupon, bro. Okay. They got diamond. Like, bro, I was on there the other day. I was like, they're wilding on Groupon.
Inflation is causing there to be, and we've never experienced it because we print our own money. And I'll just leave it at this. But as far as like, inflation is causing everything to kind of like. You're making, if you made $100,000 last year, let's just use for a round number, $50,000 for better. $50,000. You
didn't
have
make shit because one. That's how I mean.
It's still like we know what's up with that. Yeah, but it's like I mean, just something that our people could recognize a little bit more. So it's like you now have literally almost like 3 weeks to almost a month less of bills. Like you can afford that much less than you could literally 2 years ago.
That's the crazy part.
Can you imagine not having your bills for a month? Like, I paid for all this, but then now having a month less, you're coming up short. Your ends. What did Samora say? She said, "I just want my ends to be able to wave to each other. They can't even see each other right now."
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with the inflation, like all our prices are going up, but also all these companies. I guess it ties into the one of the other topics because all our prices are going up, but all of our all these companies
And Amazon just fucked it. So
they made a ton of money. Like I was just looking.
Of course.
A lot of these companies made a ton of money.
Of course.
And but consumerism didn't stop.
Yeah,
we still buying stuff.
No, we still gotta.
We still buying stuff.
Yeah. I can't go out
Amazon doubling people's salaries and everything like that.
I can't go out to eat anymore and pay the tip and do that kind of stuff. So what I'm gonna do?
Yep.
Buy something on Amazon.
Yep.
I'm gonna go on Groupon.
Yep.
I'm gonna go do something else. So that consumerism will never stop. It's part of our DNA in the United States of America. But like I said, I just hope that we start understanding and realizing before we're on the streets, because I'm already seeing people on the streets. Like people in regular cars, like yo, you got a fly Acura, and you're
sleeping
on
in
the
it.
streets.
No, definitely,
because your girlfriend kicked you out because the flyer dude, he's coming in and paying half the bills, and you can't do it. That's what's happening right now,
which is nuts.
I'm lucky I got good black people in my room.
Because
no, some real no. Because
on
some real stuff. What you just said happened to me, but I got good black people.
But you
gotta come here. You
your
feel me?
communities
I'm not
held
about
you
you ain't finna sleep in no goddamn car. Like exactly.
And this is what I'm saying.
You have that.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Homeboy didn't do. Like I said, Homeboy didn't do nothing wrong. He was just like, nah, but Homeboy, he just was working at Amazon.
She didn't leave me for no other dude, but
I'm just saying, like, but she
chicks don't leave me for other dudes.
Yeah, no,
first of all, I am doing
First of all, we ain't gonna do that.
That don't even happen.
Nah, this was purely economic.
Because especially since we on air, that don't even happen. Never even happened ever before.
For the record, record this.
For the record,
Marv over here.
For the record,
y'all can't see me, but you hear me.
Yeah, but you hear me. Yo.
Yeah. Oh man. What's the next topic, Charlie?
But we gonna
I gotta before this game, y'all.
No, we're making good time.
We are.
About the next topic is about the coaching. Because there's been a lot of articles lately.
You know about the fine woman look the way she want to look?
She was fine.
She was fine.
Come on. Let me tell you something.
She had a body. And
hey, guess what? The attendance on them games, she gonna be selling out, packing out games. I don't want to go to a game.
Attendance has gone up 20%.
God damn, she
I wanted to be there.
Tighter, though, actually.
Pants painted on and everything.
That was the thing. It's just like she dipped herself in liquid.
She did. Pink liquid.
And you're just like,
yo, that was like T-Pain's like, oh, I can't believe it.
Can't believe.
But I think at the same time, like, it does beg the question, like, is there a double standard? Because also, like, if people looked at her different, they looked at her different.
She was built right.
Like, and I think that's the thing.
Always get looked at different when you're built right.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
So I have a friend.
She was on her Megan.
So I had a friend. We were in church, and so
Bless
she and another young lady had on similar dresses. They're about the same, but one was really, really thin. And nobody said anything, but because this one was built right, she was looked at and was told that, oh, you need to cover up, and you're doing too much. It's like, we're literally wearing the same dress. The only difference is it fits me different. And so the only reason why y'all are mad at her is because her leather pants fit her better. Actually, that is different.
I know who you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Listen, I know who you're talking about. So let's be real. I can be that.
It was just frustrating to hear that the only reason why you guys are mad is not just because she's pretty and she's built different, because she decides to wear her clothes. It's not just that.
I can speak to being in church leadership. It's not just the.
Okay, thank you.
Look at her eyes. Hey, no, this is about to sound bad.
I know exactly.
It's about to sound bad, but it's real. All right. So I can speak because I know, but I got a similar situation, right? You know what I'm saying? So there was this girl who went to my church.
Yes.
And she was kind of like the coach. You feel me? She was kind of like coach. And she would wear these mini skirts and all this type of stuff, right? And she looking fly. She come to church, look too fly. Now you got all the women in there with their husbands. You feel me? And you got you got
we came to
deacons,
get
all that type of
delivered.
stuff.
We came to get delivered.
Yes, they struggling.
I'm just saying.
They struggling, and she
saying.
walking down the aisle, and you see all these married men. Google eyes popping out their heads.
Or they do this. They do the look ahead. You do the look ahead, so that way
you get
they cross your
path.
path.
You get a vantage point. That's why. hey, that's my go-to. If I see something, you get a little vantage point. You say, before she come, I'm finna look right here. You finna, so when she walk past, I'm already looking there.
I'm already looking at you.
You
just walked in my path.
Before she even
Listen,
walk
there's
past.
some called peripheral.
Yeah.
Blessing.
But no, that's exactly
Yo,
why.
What's it say? Work out your own
right.
soul salvation.
Am I right?
Hold on, but it tells you to work out your own soul salvation.
No.
That means it's not
There was
my
a lot of
job
trembling.
to stop you.
There is. But also, hold on.
That means
But it
it's
also
your job to not look, not my job
But it
to
is
wear
also
bigger
your job
clothes.
not to hinder your brethren too.
Ooh.
So if you know,
But
say that, King. Say that, King.
If you know that people are dealing with the temptation of that, it is your job not to entice that temptation.
It's your job to mind
Well,
the business.
I think that I feel like
It's
it's
a
a hard.
balance. No, it's
I
a
feel like it's a
balancing
hard
act.
balance
Yeah.
because sometimes the person could like.
All the women need to dress like Hillary Clinton. That's what they need to do. They come to church, dress like Hillary Clinton. It'll fix everything. It'll fix
She got cheated
everything.
on. Don't do that.
Just fix everything.
Everybody
You see,
cheated
Bill
on
Clinton
Bill.
ain't touched her in like 40-something years. You feel me? So, hey, that'll fix everything.
I'll just say this on a more serious note.
Pantsuits galore. Church
Dress like
pantsuits.
everybody need to dress
Let me
like a
tell
real
you,
estate
and
agent.
Coach
They
Carter's
all
about
just-
to look bad in a pantsuit too. Go ahead and put one on, mommy.
No,
I ain't mad at it.
So I get back to that point. So with the coach, if she was dressed indecently, I could see there being an issue. But
she
we
wasn't
as
dressed
black
indecently.
women are the original. Like,
on.
so you're going to look great. Like that's God straight off the presses. Cool.
Right.
She was gonna look great.
Even
She
if
looked
they were
great. We
looser.
enjoyed.
Even if the pants was loose, they was
It was loose,
You gonna see
sweatpants.
cats.
That way no matter what.
What did Drake
Let
say?
me tell you,
You
I've
gonna
been
see
in jobs
camel
that
hump.
ain't
You
nobody.
gonna see camel
Like
hump
I said,
regardless.
never
That
stop
was
me
it.
You're
from
gonna
getting
see. You're gonna
nobody's
see.
attention.
But is it considered unprofessional?
No.
Now,
What
if her
I'm
shirt
saying,
came
what
down
I'm
to her
saying-
belly
what
button,
I'm
then
saying-
I'd say unprofessional.
what I'm-
Yes, you
what
know
I'm-
what I'm saying? If her tits was all out, but no, her clothes were just a little.
But what I'm saying is like because you have coaches
Yeah.
who have they have to have a certain look
Yeah.
on the sideline.
Yeah.
If another coach, say if a guy coach was wearing shorts
Yeah.
and a nice shirt,
Yeah.
would we still look at that the same way? Even though we look at female male bodies differently.
The coaches in the NBA dress like bums now. They be having on hoodies and
Yeah.
sweatsuits and stuff like that.
There's no
Like,
sexuality
yeah.
associated with that.
No, they used to wear suits. You know, they used to, but they don't dress like that no more. But nobody's saying, you know what, they look unprofessional now because they look like they just came from working out. Like nobody says that, you know. Like so, I don't think they should be picking on this one.
Right.
In every professional setting, there's women who dress like that.
Yeah,
Right.
true,
So
true.
let's not
It
take
was
wrong.
nothing out the
Right,
ordinary,
no,
except
nothing out
for
of the ordinary.
No.
you're now seeing a different person or a different sect of people that are coming into these particular positions, which is a beautiful thing.
It's attacking
Coming
black
here-
ratings.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yeah.
it was beautiful to see her there. We just ain't used to seeing something that looks so beautiful and inspirational at that level. Now, when we went to the church, listen, when we went to the church and you're moving and grooving and doing different things,
yeah.
things
she was
move
praise
places.
dancing?
No,
Listen,
well, actually, in my
stop.
situation,
Yeah,
she wasn't.
bro, 100%. Yo, praise dancing. God, and you already know.
Praise dancer, I already know.
So you already know.
She was praise dancing.
Exactly.
But
So if I'm in black leotards and that thing thangin', and I'm in the middle of trying to praise the Lord and I'm already kind of carnal,
Them titties
that's
is
why I
titties.
understood where, she could have worn something, like she could have had maybe like this cover here because everything was thangin'. It wasn't just, wasn't a backside.
That's a real thing.
It was.
It's a real thing. When the women that I went, because the praise dance team I was part of, when the women performed, they are ministered. They wore like draping type of
Right.
stuff, so
And so-
nothing. So you didn't. So you could because
I've been there when it wasn't.
No, it's real. It's like let's be real. Like
Keep it a buck.
The church is a hospital for sick people.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
some of these people was in the club or in the strip club last night. So you sitting up there praise dancing and your titties flopping everywhere and booty jiggling.
No,
of
so
course,
I'm
there's somebody sitting there like his mind ain't on the Lord no
Yeah,
more.
his-
No,
his-
now
You
hear
feel
me.
me?
Now hear me.
His
Hear
mind
me.
on what the good
I do
Lord gave
believe-
you.
I do believe in proper undergarments. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
no, I do believe in proper
Not even
undergarments.
undergarments.
And I do believe in
Not
a
just that.
form of decency, like we
Yeah.
said, making sure you're decent. But in this situation, they were not praise dancing. They just had on
okay,
the same.
'cause I
dress.
saw
right.
them
That's
praise
a come. I
dancing.
was like,
I
was like, stop.
No,
Because
because I was
different
like, I've
situation.
seen it.
Yeah, but if
I've seen it.
if
And so
she's
in my
jiggling,
mind,
if she's
right?
walking- if
But
she's
that's,
walking,
I mean,
I get
but
you.
like you said, as black, but when you're sitting different, you're going to jiggle. My pants are tight, and they still be jiggling. And so what I'm just saying is,
But there's a lot of jiggle when you dancing. But I know you're not talking about phrase dancing. Yeah. But I was just thinking about her. My bad.
I guess in my mind, I'm just like, but just like in the same situation, if old girl was built different, they may not have said nothing to her. Like if she was thinner wearing the same outfit, they wouldn't have said nothing to her. And just like in my situation, like they're standing next to each other in the same dress. The only difference is one is a lot thinner and doesn't have the same stack. And so even though the dress fit, it wasn't fit bad. She wasn't jiggling. It wasn't none of that. Okay. It's just because she has a bit of a waistline and bigger hips, she's now being shamed. And so just like this coach, just because she has a waistline and bigger hips, she's now kind of being, well, what's wrong with this? And so that's really kind of why I made the same comparison, because it wasn't to, bash the church or nothing. It was just that literally we can see a situation where thinner, not necessarily better. I'm not saying that thinner is better, just thinner gets different responses. The only reason why they're looking at her this way is because her hips are a little wider set. You know what I'm saying? Or just because her waistline's a little small. Her butt's a little bigger.
But I don't believe that it has necessarily just to do with the size, but the enticing of somebody else. And that is one of our biggest responsibility as part of the fellowship.
Attracted to thinner women, and so some women are attracted to thinner women. So if you're going to yell at one for wearing a dress, do the same thing. Because if a man who's attracted to thinner women, right? What are you talking about? No,
I'm saying a woman mentioned to you like the woman probably mentioned to the person, this is
only one person was reprimanded in the same dress
by a woman, right?
No, by a
man.
I want to say it was by the.
Oh, really?
I want to say that she was talked to.
Yeah, that really.
And so it was.
Usually a woman comes to him.
No, but it was just the fact that But again, if your preference, because some men are attracted to thinner women, and so if your preference is thinner women, then she's still enticing.
No, you're right.
I agree with you in this situation.
And just for men who are
the bigger to bigger women and praise dancing, because I was like,
I told you to stop because you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I was like, if we're talking about the same one, I was like,
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
But I agree with you too. It should be the same standard.
It should be the same standard.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. She can't wear it neither.
Right.
Is it also because it was pink? Because she was like a highlighter.
But wasn't it cancer awareness?
Because if it was black, but if she was wearing black, I feel like if she was,
unless it was in October, it ain't cancer awareness.
I feel like if she was wearing
black,
I don't know.
But it's my favorite color is pink.
Maybe I don't know.
Pink is kind of doing a lot though.
Is it?
Well, but it was like
I'm not mad at her. She wants to do it, but I thought it was a reason.
All right,
it wasn't like a highlighter pink.
If a basketball coach wanted to wear a silver suit like Mason and we ain't gonna say nothing. Hey, Coach Cameron.
Nobody says nothing to that.
No.
Because the NBA, remember the NBA announced, not announcer, but the NBA reporter who used to be like
Marv Albert.
The other one, the one that used to be in the stands.
Craig Sager.
Yeah, he used to wear his suits were
wild.
His suits were wild colors.
But that was the conversation piece about who he was. Everybody was like, Craig Sager, the type of jacket he was.
So it's not the color,
but
it's her hips.
No, but of course, we all know that.
Yeah.
No, what it is, and this is what it really is. It's a white woman somewhere that knows she couldn't look that good in them pants.
Right.
And she felt offended by it.
Nothing to do with me.
And it was like, so there's a Karen somewhere saying, you know what? She shouldn't. Probably on the team that the black chicks beat down. It was like, you know what? Them girls play good, but that coach.
Right, but that
No, I think that was a college. It was a college team.
I only say something about pink just because it's like that's almost like I would just say that for everybody. I don't want to see you wearing like hot pink or whatever like that unless it was a thing. But this thing, dude, it was definitally Pepto-Bismol or something like that.
It was pretty light pink.
Okay, but they dragged me for talking about Sha'Carri Richardson hair. So you feel me? Like, I mean, if Sha'Carri Richardson can run track like that girl can coach like that.
She can. No, I'm not mad at it. But I was saying for me, it's like I'm not watching the game. I'm watching her, especially because she built like that, and you got pink.
Remember, you paid the ticket regardless of who you watch.
Listen, and if this is what we're here for, then God bless. We don't even have this conversation.
Especially finding out that it's college, especially finding out what their college where they're making all this money off the kids, anyways. Man, let them pay the money.
Oh yeah, she might get sponsored too. They might have like a little advertisement on her left cheek.
Big old Nike. I'll look at the Nike.
We all have some pink pants.
Pink
pants.
Make me some sections. Sections like thigh has Nissan on it.
Just have it pointing out the court. Just do it.
I'm not mad at it though. Oh man.
No, but I saw that. I was just like, man, P was going all out. I was just like,
I didn't know was it that big?
It was big.
Oh, I didn't know it was cool.
It was that one, and then the video of the woman at the paint tip. That was the funniest one.
Woo! Woo!
Please, someone send that.
I want to. I almost wanted to be a model for a painting sip. You feel me? That's what's going down.
At the end of the painting sip, they had a naked model, a naked model, and she
was
started
in there
performing.
topping him all out.
Like,
no,
like okay,
no!
okay. Look, if this is him standing straight up,
she's like this.
This is her. She's the mic. Yeah.
in there.
How the mic is at your face.
Yes, she was.
Oh no.
She pulled a Jill Scott. She pulled a Jill Scott. She
and
on him.
It
Yes.
wasn't.
In the middle of
I don't
painting
know
sip.
how he got all the way over to her,
But he was
Like,
he
he
was
was
going
right-
like he was
yeah, he had her head. He was hand. I was
had a
like,
paint sip.
ooh.
I guess
But see, that's what.
Talk about policing.
No.
You're a black woman. You gotta police your girl.
No. It needs to be an end to these painting sips.
It should. I'll agree.
And these male strip parties because they do the same thing.
They're ruining
and the male
families.
strip parties and the stripping. See, we can't go. If we go and we do that, we wrong. You feel me?
Exactly.
Wait, what?
No,
Look at her.
the same girl who left the praise team and
Yeah.
decided to go over here to
And
these
the paint
paint sip.
You feel me?
And she's over there and she's shaking in our face and booty sweat going everywhere, whatever like that.
Acting like she
First of all,
painting.
We would have been wrong.
These private
Acting like she
parties,
painting Black Jesus. You feel me?
But would you go
these
to a
strippers at these private parties, both men and women, do all kind of things.
Why did I see that on a
pretend.
search page though? That's crazy.
We all know that these women are way wilder at
Oh,
these
yeah.
At these-
parties.
yeah.
We can't
And out
touch
of
like
pocket.
y'all do. Y'all be grabbing the dong,
Ridiculous.
putting it in your face.
No, we need to do better. No,
This was on a
story.
search
I
page
agree.
though.
We need to do way better.
Yeah.
This is on a search page.
Yeah, I didn't see the video, but yeah, I think so.
It's on
I
Twitter.
don't know. I
it
just
was
heard
on it was on blew up on Twitter because
Twitter.
people were just like because
You know,
there's
Twitter
there's
be
like
Just like Nelly's little PP. Nelly's little PP
First of all,
blew up on
quit
Instagram.
body shaming that man.
there was like 20 people in there.
Yeah,
There was
Nelly got
like
a
20
little
people.
There was okay. So it's funny as you're saying it. I didn't see the video, but I heard.
You heard about
that.
okay.
So I was like, oh, there's like an actual like video,
Yeah.
like of Shorty doing this, and
Kevin
it had to
Samuel
be.
said that he could have a little PP because he make enough money. I'm
Look,
pretty sure.
First of all, true story.
Yeah, when you got that kind of bread, it don't even matter. I ain't even worried
On top
about
of
you.
the
Kevin
fact
Samuel
that
said he
size
make
ain't
enough
stop-
money, he can have a
size
little
ain't stop
PP.
Nobody from doing nothing.
Nothing.
No. He apologized to that girl family. I'm like, that's still Nelly.
Wait,
But first of
apologize for what?
Oh, Nelly got a little sex tape out there. A little.
He
Quickie.
released it on accident.
on his, I think it was IG
How's
story, wasn't
everybody
it?
accidentally released?
Oh yeah, but he's getting begged by the chicks for that one.
Because
They're
apparently
begging
it's small.
him.
So
'Cause he like-
I didn't
he
see
got
it
knuckle.
Because apparently I missed
Yeah,
out on
they said he
everything.
got a little
It's
knuckle.
actually really sad.
They said he got a little knuckle. That's what they said.
I had been watching. I was
crazy.
scrolling on TikTok, and the chick said that it was. He was like, "It's medium thick. It's not even all that small. Y'all are tripping." And I was like, "Okay, well, I get to see it." I
I
missed all
heard
the
he got
That's-
tolerant.
you know
I heard
what's-
he got tolerant.
That's horrible.
I don't know.
That, you know what's
Tyler
crazy?
Penis.
You know the last two
That's
topics.
hilarious.
It's crazy that these are even topics. That's like that these
don't
even
throw shit up
became a thing. Like I'm at a paint and sip enjoying my girls. My man's at home, and now I'm getting slapped with salami in the face.
Yes.
Like, and then the second
of
part is
pocket. What were you
I
doing?
leaked a videotape of my inner.
He said it was old, so I'm like, how did you just
Why you still
start
have it, though?
First of all,
Is
all,
he married
how-
now? She's cute.
Didn't he try to say he got hacked?
yeah, it's
They were
like,
trying to say all bunch of stuff.
How's everybody always getting hacked? Are you guys using the same passwords for everything?
that's the thing.
No, it's the easiest thing to say when you leak out a dick pic or something like that. Just say you got hacked. It makes it all go
He
away.
needs-
You know what I'm saying?
Especially
needs a
if
better
you
publicist.
apologize really quick and take
Yeah,
it down really
real
quick.
quick.
It's
I got hacked.
because the internet will take it and run with
Screenshot
it
it
and
and
put it
all
on.
that.
Yeah, we'll do everything. Well,
Which
you can say
you could DM a chick a dick pic now and just say you got hacked and it'll go away. You feel me? That's just
But
how
if you say Grand Rising and then it happens, did you just get hacked? It's like Grand Rising's Queen. Oh, sorry, I just got hacked. Like literally just now.
yeah.
My fault. It's
Yeah,
me.
literally
Sorry.
just now.
I changed my password.
sorry, good,
It's cool.
I mean,
We're
good
good.
morning.
That wasn't me at all.
they changing.
Yo.
There's laws now. One of the laws is like
Yeah, you
two-
get in trouble for dick pic.
like a year to two. If you send them, if you send one unsolicited, like
Oh, good. Quick.
How?
I forget what state. I forget. There's a couple states though.
Yeah.
That they got laws.
What about if you send it across state lines? Like I'm in Washington and you're in Idaho.
Oh man, you mean
I got
like,
jurisdiction. I got to go to court 2 places.
You mean you're trafficking penis?
Yeah.
Yo,
Trafficking dick pics.
wild.
Dick pic trafficking.
Can
That's
you imagine
crazy.
getting like
Dick
5
trafficking.
years for pimping yourself?
All right. Yeah. He was trafficking dick pics across state lines.
That's hilarious.
Going to the federal penitentiary.
I don't understand why we're sending unsolicited news anyway. Like, why are you like? What is it?
Okay, but let's say if a woman does. Oh no, because look at this happen. So let's say a woman, she's like, "Hey, sweetheart, boom, boom, boom." You don't talk to her anymore, and they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna get arrested. I'm gonna put you on blast." That's what I would do.
Why?
Because dudes.
I thought you was gonna go the other way, but I'm with you because you
feel me? I'm trying to accountability. That's what I'm trying to do.
You send me a nude and stuff like that. I'm telling the people now. I'm texting it. I'm sending it to Seattle PD Twitter page. I'm be like, hey, you feel
exactly.
me? Right now.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this.
Unsolicited.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this.
And then she's gonna ask me if I want her Snapchat. No.
And don't let me pay for the Snapchat premium.
No.
There's
a premium?
Okay.
Oh man, y'all don't know what's going on in these streets now, bro. They don't know what's going on in these streets because ever since when they got ready to shut down the OnlyFans, all the girls went to Snapchat.
With their premium. I thought there was another. I know everybody has their own they can go premium and charge.
So this is what happens. I didn't know this, and I'm gonna put you on game. So I'm on Facebook dating, right? My friend and I talked about this, and so I'm looking at girls saying, "Oh man,
you got
cool.
the bots. Oh man, you got
no. It's not even the bots.
I call them the bots.
Well, so Shorty, she's on there. Boom, she's like, hey, she seemed like a cool girl, whatever, like that. But when you see things you don't know, it's like, oh, she's just cool, whatever. I click on it, she's like, boom. Issue was but this is the thing. She's like, yo, thanks for adding me. Boom, boom, boom. Like, yo, we should meet up. Boom, boom, boom. And then she sends me a menu. There's no burgers on the menu. No burgers.
It's cakes.
This has happened. Listen, this has happened. So now I'm starting to be able to see the signs. So this happened like twice. So the third time I'm looking at the Shorty thing. I'm like, okay, she's saying at the middle of her section, it said that, hey, don't try to hit me up if you're not trying to link up. But then she said, I'll send my Dropbox links. I'm like, why would you do that? Because like when drug dealers, when you're doing dirt in the street, usually you put in your girl's name or something else like that. She is literally sending you a link for whether it's adult entertainment or consulting and stuff like that, and then she's so she can pay taxes, so she can go and finance a car or get an apartment. They've taken this whole into a whole nother level.
Yeah, I just know that does.
That's next level.
That's next level. She's trying to pay taxes.
No, it's a scam. They scamming folks.
Yo, and then same Shorty, because of course I'm investigating. I didn't actually pay for nothing, but so same Shorty, she had a promo code for. Nigga,
they be having no. So check this out. They got a script. They be having a script. They have a script. I know it. Like if I'm on there, I know when it's getting.
Yeah, I know now.
Boom, and they'll say like, oh hey, like they'll get too lovey dovey with you real quick.
Too quick, yo, and I just like, yo.
That's how I ain't really win.
Yes, I mean, on those. Hey, hold on. I be the same way. I be like, hold on, you too fine to be talking to me like that. And you like,
I'm a decent looking dude, but I ain't that good.
I get that, but I know it's somebody else out there.
I gotta work a little
better
bit.
Than me.
I gotta work a little bit.
You're talking to me like, this don't make no sense. You feel me? And I always tell them, I'm good. You feel me? Or look at me. Do I look like I pay for sex? That's usually my good comeback. Hey, look at me. Do I look like I pay for sex?
See, I'm new to this. I'm thinking that like maybe people like me. Maybe my profile's good.
No, hey, the first time I ain't gonna lie. The first time I was like, oh, she fine. I was like,
she a cutie.
She like model fine. Like you like me? Yeah. And then I seen that guy. Yeah.
Yo, the menu though was crazy. And then the second girl, she had promo codes though. I was like
how you have
that's something should be discounted.
That's next level. That's next level. We used to
bro. The back page has evolved the pussy game. You feel me? They didn't went from the corner to the back page to the OnlyFans to the Snapchat
to the metaverse.
To the metaverse.
Yeah.
They gonna have
they got metaverse now?
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out
soon.
Real soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something though. If you can go on metaverse. Never mind.
We ain't gonna touch on it. That's Patreon content.
Hey, let me find out you go on metaverse and just be smacking cheeks on metaverse.
You can watch what is it? You can watch a lot of them on VR.
Have my avatar going in there.
You can watch a lot of them on VR.
They have the Oculus, but they're coming up with some of the hepatic stuff.
Yep.
That's
like you can
sick.
grab boobies and stuff in the Oculus.
Yo, the hands are already there. They already got.
Oh,
the
this
hands.
is the
Yo,
devil.
it's-
That stuff
yo,
is the
it
devil. I ain't even gonna lie. I
It
am
is.
not gonna buy Oculus.
No,
It's like those movies. It's gonna be
No.
like the movies where you're just like,
Nah.
what is it? Demolition Man, where they linked up with the things on and they were sitting next to
Oh,
each
yeah.
other, and it's like,
yeah.
that was sex. Like what?
What?
He's like
No,
that ain't sex.
We better rip
That
this
ain't
stuff
sex.
off. We better. That's Professor Sloan. Like,
How
we ain't
ex-
doing it this way
how-
no more. We
are
finna
you
do the
gonna-
real thing. Yeah.
Are you gonna have to finance those machines? Because like Oculus is cheap, but like that, like
They're
having
eventually gonna have to
hermetic-
finance it.
Eventually.
They're eventually,
Can
and
you
they're eventually
imagine-
gonna
Can
have
you
the.
imagine that getting repoed and you have to buy somebody else's suit?
That's just like
gross.
that's just like the movie. All the stuff in the movies, like with the movie.
They're gonna start making a Becky with the good hair sex dolls.
The
and
Rico,
shit,
yeah,
you know?
no, they already got them. Remember
already
the
got
one?
some of that stuff.
Remember the one?
I'm talking about with like
In the
I'm talking
metaverse,
about
though.
all battery operated. I'm talking about battery powered neck, battery powered back. You
But
feel me?
I feel like with the metaverse is gonna come soon. Where like I don't know if you've seen Ready Player One, the little pad that he was walking on.
Yeah.
A
No, I've actually
multi-directional.
seen a couple of those before.
Yeah, they got a multi-directional. They're gonna have
It's gonna be a
multi-directional.
bunch of dance revolution type.
Yeah, and
motherfuckers.
you're gonna be able to do it
That game was
on
fun.
at your house.
You gonna be
and
playing?
next thing you know, like I'm about to go over to Shorty's house. Oh, she live right across the street? Oh, no, in the metaverse.
Actually.
she
She's
live in
in
the
New
metaverse.
York.
Let me put my thing on and let me walk in. Like,
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, let me buy this new NFT skin or whatever like that. It's a new velour. A velour
Check this out.
jumpsuit.
I ain't gonna lie. Guess what? If the metaverse don't come with a flashlight, I don't care. You feel me?
But that's the problem. That's the problem. It's gonna come with that. That's the issue. That's the issue.
Told y'all was outnumbered today.
That's the issue. That's the issue. Can you imagine the same shorty who gave me the promo code? She's like, "Yo, Cam,
Yeah,
I'm
they
in
got
the
the
spot.
Oculus with the flashlight. You
Yeah.
feel me? Come see me
Yo.
in the metaverse.
I still got those promo
Yeah.
codes."
so
Promo
got that
codes.
promo code.
Half off.
She gonna hit you in the
Half off for your first metaverse visit.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Told y'all I was
Wow.
outnumbered today.
We about to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning
Yo,
in to
I
another
don't even know.
Black Pew podcast.
Metaverse flashlight.
That's gonna be the title of it. Metaverse flashlight.
That becomes a thing.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's
Like
the problem.
he
Hey,
predicted it last year.
Zuckerberg, you better not touch
You
my
heard it
idea.
here first.
Yeah, Zuckerberg, you heard it.
We
here.
consult.
I know, right? I know. Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube page, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts at. Hit us up, Black Pew Podcast. See y'all next week. Peace.
Ninja?